Obviously, another thing we need to think about in our analytical model in Revit Structure is that we need to place our loads. We have an analytical model framework with all our members and our joints, but in this particular 3D analytical view, we don't actually have any loads placed yet. Now, these are based around our load cases and load combinations that we've previously set up. So we go to the Analyze tab here, and then we click on Loads over here in the Loads panel. Now, as soon as I click on that, it's got the option for placement level here in the options bar. So I want to place this on the roof. This is the roof level that we're in at the moment. So I want to make sure it's on the roof level. Now you'll notice as soon as I do that, you can see that I've got dimensions appearing. Can you see my reference dimensions there as I float the load around? Now, depends on what type of load you want to place. You have a point load, a line load, an area load, a hosted point load, a hosted line load, and a hosted area load. So that's things like a structural floor, structural wall. You've got a selected beam, brace, or column, a load on a selected endpoint of a beam, or you've got an area load, which places a load on a sketched area. So we're talking floor loadings there, things like residential and office loadings. We've got a line load, which is a load along a sketch line. A point load is very simple though. It literally sits on a point. So we'll start with the basic one first, the point load. Now over here, I've got the properties of it, and I can select the load case that I want to use from the load cases that I've already set up. So I'm going to go for a LL1, a live load 1, like that, and I'll apply that. And you'll see it changes colour. Can you see there? Now it's already placed one there, sort of over in space though. I'll worry about that one in a moment. Let's get this lined up here first like that. So there's my load there placed on that corner. I'll hit escape a few times. This one here, I don't actually want, so I want to make sure that that one isn't there anymore. So what I need to do there is just roll out, and you'll see it's a bit of a graphical mismatch there on my graphics card, so be aware of that. There's only the one load there. It looked like I had placed another load, but it's just when my graphics card was catching up. That does sometimes happen when you're placing loads. Remember, Revit is calculating all of this as you go along, so there is quite a lot of load on your PC's processor and graphics card. So there's my point load in place, and it's a live load, hence the change of colour. So if I go back to loads again now, and what I'll do, I'll go for a line load this time. Notice the level has stayed roof there as well. I want to keep that as roof. And I'm going to go for a line load. So this will change now, and what I've got to do is sketch a line along where I want the load to go. So if I just pan a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start there and drag along just to there for now, like that, and click. So there's my dead load, line load, there. Okay, so I'll just hit escape now, just to cancel any commands, and that went in as a dead load, the default DL1 from our load cases. So there's my line load as well. So you can see how these loads are placed, in this case on the roof of my Revit Structure model in the analytical model in Revit Structure.